This is one of my favorite quotes. The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. I love that quote, and I think it's absolutely true. You know, reading that, I just remembered something. My husband and I just got back from Italy about 6 months ago for our honeymoon. And I was amazed at how far behind they are in animal responsibility. I think we ran into and got to interact with several dogs, and not one dog that we met was spayed or neutered. I found that really interesting. These are my dogs. Most of them I still have. 2, unfortunately, have since passed on. The picture on the left, that was my Cane Corso Elsa and Yogi, and rescued them both. And I have to tell you, those 2 probably taught me more about dog handling skills and behavior than any dog that I have since met. Both of them, interestingly, died of cancer, unfortunately, at the age of 8. So I didn't have them for very long. And the Cane Corso on my left, I have a tribute to, if you ever have some free time that you might want to watch on my website. She was great. The next that came in line after that was Buddy. He's this guy right here. Buddy I rescued at an adoption event at PetSmart. He was 9 weeks old and he had parvo. I didn't know it at the time, which was very, very scary, but he ended up surviving. Next came Chili Dog. He's the little short, he looks like the little weird lab head, basset body, a little bit of corgi, I think, in there. At an adoption event in PetSmart, I saw him the very first day. I was there for 3 days up in, crap, can't remember the name of it. What?
Grand Junction.
Thank you. Up in Grand Junction. Saw him the first day, fell in love with him, knew immediately he'd find a home, like within that probably hour. Second day, I still saw him there. Third day, I still saw him there. Next thing I know, he's being loaded up on the truck. I said, where's he going? They said, well, we're going back to the shelter. I said, oh, no, he's not. So I took him home, and these 2, they're both 3 years old, and they are the best of friends. Sierra is my little red-bone coonhound shepherd mix. She is the reason why this gentleman in the back and I are married. He had rescued her from the Denver Dumb Friends League. She had been neglected severely, probably lived in a backyard. She didn't know what to do in a house. She was completely psychotic. Roger even videoed her one day, literally going from window to counter to window to counter, going, "Arr, arr, 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 arr." So he knew that he needed to do something, so he brought her to me for training. And after 16 weeks, she got her Canine Good Citizen certification, and to this day is one of my best therapy dogs. And she's now my dog, too. Bella is the little dog that Roger has in the back. We rescued her from Breeder Release Adoption Service, those flyers I gave you. That is the organization I'm having the ride for. And she, Connie, the director, travels up to Missouri, the puppy mill capital of the world, as you know, 2,000 miles round trip every month to bring back 20 to 40 rescue dogs. And Bella was scheduled to be put down because the breeder didn't think she measured up to breed standards. She's a Morkie. She's a mix. She's a Yorkie Maltese mix. And ever since she was 4 months old, she's now 8 months old, she's been coming with me on my therapy dog visits. And from day one, she knew exactly what to do and has one of the best temperaments I've ever seen for a small dog. And I've never been a real small dog fan. I've trained lots of them, but I've never been one. This is one that is truly a special dog. Taught me an awful lot, especially about why I bring these guys up is, a while back we had an incident where Buddy really was showing some serious signs of food aggression with Sierra. And there was a fight in the kitchen. We were cooking some chicken. And Buddy had given her one of these body movements to get out of the kitchen, and she didn't heed it. And the next time she made a pass in the kitchen, he went after her full on. And it was not pretty. I have some serious scars on my hand to prove it. That was the day that I realized that I was not practicing what I preach and have been preaching for 26 years, which is how to become a pack leader in my very own home. I was letting my dogs up on the furniture whenever they wanted to, sleeping on the bed whenever they wanted to, in the kitchen, out of the kitchen, didn't matter, letting them pull me down the sidewalk walking. I mean, and I know better. This is what I tell my clients. I know this stuff. So finally, Roger and I had to have a serious talk about getting back in, becoming pack leader in our own home and doing some things with some consistency. And so that changed an awful lot. So let's go to facial expressions.